Hi everyone. Hope everybody's having a wonderful day. I have been trying to upload videos and I'm gonna have to assume it's because of the weather that I'm having an issue. It's taking 3 hours right now to upload a 16-minute video, and I am doing that on my tablet, so there'll be more videos coming. I don't know what's happening all of a sudden. And I get much better results when I film on my camera, which is what I'm doing here. So anyway, today's video is going to be about some good stuff. Yay! When I was, let's say 6, my dad took us to San Felipe, Mexico for a vacation for a week. That was cool. We were right down on the beach, and I remember he had rented some horses, and he had me up on the horse with him. I love horses, and I love the water. And so, I mean, that was like just it for me. And I remember walking out to where the water should be, but the tide was out. And we went out, I don't know how far we went out. All of a sudden the tide started coming back. So we were running to get back up onto the shore before we got, buried up in water too much. So we ran to get up there. And we kind of like just made a big joke out of it. It was a game. So that's one good memory. When we were leaving that place, it had rained so hard, that the road we were on started washing away. You could literally see chunks of the road washing down the side from where you were. And I remember being scared, and how my dad just always had the ability to calm me down. So I'm sure he was doing it for everybody in the car, but I'm just me. So I remember what he did for me. That's that. And then another fun time, again, my dad. Now, these are before he was removed via my mother. So we went to Disneyland. Me, the brother directly under me, and the sister directly under him. My mom, my dad, my Aunt Dee, and her husband. For the life of me, I cannot remember his name. I want to say Roy. They were such nice people. And I remember just walking around Disneyland, and the younger one, my mom's younger daughter, was in a stroller. And the strollers back then, they were itty bitty, and it seemed like the handles were huge. They were so long. And I used to have a picture. I don't know where it is now, but my dad was pushing her, and it looked like a baby doll in a little tiny carriage with this huge handle on it. It was the funniest thing. Anyway, we just went from ride to ride, and when I was going through depression, that I have made a video on that is still attempting to upload. I went back to a picture in my head of my brother and I on the Dumbo ride. There's an elephant ride at Disneyland. Is it still there? I don't know. I was 6 years old, I think, at the time. And the last time I went to Disneyland, I was 14, so I could add that to this too. Excuse me, and I wasn't going to. But I can, because that was another fun time. Anyway, I just remember going on all those rides and stuff, and how happy everybody was and how much fun we were having. And then, what was the other one? I write it all down, see? I write it all down so I can remember what I want to yap about. Oh, okay. And then another good time, this one I don't ever forget, because this happened on a lot of the weekends. So once my dad was gone, and I know I touched on this, my grandfather did not like my mom. whether my parents were married or not. It was just like a water and oil kind of thing. They just didn't mix. And my mom was not the kindest individual, nor is she yet. So here's a little tidbit. But anyway, so my grandpa would sit outside. On the weekends, they would come pick me up, and I would get to go to my grandma and grandpa's. They had a built-in pool, and I would swim with my grandma for hours. I love the water. I don't know if it had to do with because when I was hanging out with my grandma, that was something that we would be doing, or if it's just because the water's kind of built into me and I love the water. When I was at the gym, and I went to the gym every day for, 30 years? I don't know, a long time. I would work out an hour with weights, and then I would swim for an hour. I love the water. I was going to have a pool put in here, but I never knew if I was going to stay in this little house. And it's never really felt like home. My last one really was. But anyway, so going to my grandparents and hanging out with them was one of the best things for me. And my grandpa, when he would know we were coming, he always had boysenberry syrup because he knew it was my favorite. You know, they don't make it anymore. You have to find private people who make it. I've had it sent to me from Vermont because here, it ain't here anymore. And he would get those little tiny bite-sized Snickers and stick them in the freezer because he knew Snickers was my favorite. I just loved it over there. He would make me pancakes and fried eggs, and he had my little Snickers in the freezer if I wanted them. I loved those people so much. And other fun times, going to my Aunt Irene's, who was my favorite person in the world, you know, at the time. Like, she was it. All the crap was going crazy at the house, and I think I touched on this, like my grandma, or maybe I didn't, and my aunt would call social services to report it to them so that they could get me to their house, like to stay. And every time they would call, they would get, oh, who, blah, blah, blah. We've never had problems with her before. We don't see any issues there. Well, why don't you go look? So anyway, that's another subject in itself. We're on the fun times now. So I go to my aunt's house, and she had a little girl at the time. I mean, she was itty bitty, and she would have tricycles. Like, I think I'm 9 years older than her, because I am 9 years older than my mom's youngest. So we would get on, and she had a trike too. I mean, a wagon. We would go to the top of the hill, because this was in Lakeside, California, part of San Diego. We would go up to the top of the hill, get on the tricycle, and run way down the hill on this tricycle. Oh my crap. It was so much fun. And we would start busting up if somebody hit something and fell sideways. The funniest, just goofy things you remember. And at my aunt's, she had a big VW Bug that was an automatic, but even with the automatic, you had to know how to lift your foot up off the gas to shift. The only difference is it didn't have the clutch. So anyway, I used to be able to drive that around her house, and she had a big old, I want to say Pontiac something, I don't know, but she used to let me drive it around the yard all the time. So I'd be like, 9, 10, driving around the yard, just having a blast, bothering nobody. So yeah, those were all good times. I remember those. The times with my grandma, what I wouldn't give to get those back. Just hanging out with my grandma at the pool. How cool was that? A lot of the people I speak of now are gone, sadly enough. But anyway, so there's my story for the day. Just some yay moments. Just felt like sharing them. I hope everybody's having a great day. It's kind of gloomy here. It looks like it's going to start kabooming again. Rain, I don't know. I think it rained for a while last night, but we had more humidity and thunder than anything. And again, I think that's why I'm having an issue uploading these. So since I'm going to do this one, or I am doing this one on my phone, this one should upload pretty quick, I hope. All right, everyone. Have a wonderful week. Please subscribe and like. I would appreciate it. Leave your comments. Send me an email. Give me, I don't know, suggestions on topics you'd like to know about, or things we could talk about. It doesn't always have to be, I know what the name of my channel is, but it doesn't always have to be just stuff that I've experienced in life. You know, this could be outside stuff, things that happen in the store, whatever you have that you want to speak on. Let me know. Okay. See ya.